tonight, we re-diving into 5 real AITA stories that didn't just end with drama, they ended with unexpected redemption. These are stories of family tension, relationship chaos, betrayal, guilt, and the twist endings that nobody saw coming. Let's start with the story that went viral for the most surprising reason. I never thought I'd be that person, the one who walks out of a wedding like it's a movie scene. My sister has always been the golden child. Perfect grades, perfect job, perfect fiancé. Me? I'm the emotional one, the overreactor, the one who makes everything dramatic. On her wedding day, she asked me to be maid of honor, but then slowly stripped away every responsibility. No speech. No standing next to her, no photos with the bridesmaids. Just show up and smile. Mid-ceremony, the officiant says, "Today we celebrate 2 people who have never caused each other pain, unlike some people who thrive on conflict." My sister looked at me, everyone looked at me, and I broke. I quietly stood up and walked out. The internet exploded when I asked if I was the asshole. Here's the twist. 3 days later, my sister showed up at my apartment alone, makeup ruined, wedding dress in her hands. She said, "I copied everything about that wedding from Pinterest, but the only thing that was real was you." We cried for the first time in years. She rewrote her vows for her second ceremony, this time thanking me for teaching her what boundaries look like. We're closer now than we've ever been. And she let me give the speech, my real voice for the first time. Next, a story about a secret that almost tore a family apart forever. My mom always said she was protecting me, but when I learned she'd hidden every birthday card, apology letter, and college acceptance note from my dad, my whole world cracked. When I confronted her, she said, "You didn't need him. You only need me." But my dad had written over 40 letters, each one begging to be part of my life. I went no contact. People called me selfish, ungrateful, dramatic. Months later, I finally met my dad. His hands were shaking when he said, "I didn't think you'd ever want to meet me." I cried harder than I ever have. We started over slowly, awkwardly, beautifully. And my mom? She started therapy. Last month, she handed me a stack of letters. The ones she was too ashamed to admit she kept. We're rebuilding 3 broken people choosing to heal instead of blame. Our third story is about a betrayal so shocking, it brought 2 unlikely people together. I found out my boyfriend was cheating when his mistress showed up pregnant. She said, "He told me you were okay with raising the baby." I wasn't, and I left the same night. Months later, I posted my AITA story, not expecting her to see it. But she did. She messaged me. "He told me you were his abusive ex. I thought you were the villain." We met for coffee. Turns out she was manipulated too. We didn't become best friends. We became allies. We both left him. We both healed. And she became the first friend I'd made in years who actually understood me. She named her daughter after her grandmother, not him. And I got the strength to rebuild my confidence from scratch. Now for a story about a family lie that finally unraveled at the worst possible time. My brother always acted like the victim. He told the whole family I stole his inheritance. Meanwhile, I was the one working 2 jobs to keep our mom's medical care afloat. At Thanksgiving, he started again loudly. I finally snapped and showed everyone the bank statements, the receipts, the will. Everything he'd twisted. He stormed out. My family blamed me for ruining the holiday. 2 weeks later, he called. His voice was small, shaky. He admitted he was drowning in debt, ashamed and jealous.
He said, "You didn't steal from me."
I stole the story. We sat down like adults, made a payment plan, and for the first time in years, we were honest. It wasn't just about the money. It was about finally being seen and heard. Our last story is about a wedding that was canceled just hours before it began, all because of a single text message. The night before my wedding, I saw a message on my fiancé's phone. "I wish you were the one I was marrying." It wasn't from me. I froze. I could have pretended. People do it all the time, but I left. When I posted the AITA story, the internet was split. Some called me impulsive. Others said I saved myself. 2 months later, the woman who sent the message emailed me. "Thank you. You saved both of us." Turns out he'd been leading her on too. We both walked away. We both cried. We both grew. I later met someone who actually wanted me, not the idea of me. Not the backup version of me, the real me. And that was a love story worth waiting for. These AITA stories teach one thing: sometimes the villain isn't a person. It's silence, fear, guilt, or old wounds we never healed. And sometimes, the happy ending is finally choosing yourself. Thanks for watching, and if you have a story of unexpected redemption, share it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that make you think. See you next time.